This is my 25th film, Kolambi, meaning loudspeaker. By the entire film is based on a situation after 2005 when the loudspeakers were banned for the noise pollution, according to the Noise Pollution Act. It's a story of a old couple who were running a sound system from 1960s. And the guy who is running the sound system is just not like a business, but he's very passionate about whose voice is coming through this loudspeaker. So he's fond of singers, he's fond of personalities who like politicians. So he works with a passion, and for him, loudspeaker is a process of archiving the history of basically Kerala. So his father has put up the sound system in 1957 when the first communist ministry came into power. And from there onwards, till 2005, this man was after every leader, every celebrity, every artist who wants to communicate to people, the society. He has played a vital role with passion. But suddenly, unfortunately, this ban came in, and his loudspeakers become silent, and his life became very silent. So my plot of the film starts when that particular space where all the loudspeakers are silent, and he and his wife living inside together with the loudspeakers and the old amplifiers and old LP records and all the spool tapes of recorded speeches, which are the landmark or which denotes the history of Kerala. And they are entangled in that process. And actually, the people who realizes their agony started coming into that house to listen to old songs from the LP records and old speeches of personalities, and that becomes their life. And Nitya Menon's character, who is an artist in the film, and she came for the Kochi Biennale. She has come for doing an installation. When she came to know about this particular place. It's called Paattu Kappikada. That means you get a coffee and you ask for a song. So whoever comes to that place can ask for an old song, and then he will play the song for you, and then she will give you a coffee. So she got fascinated about this family and this particular concept. And then the film takes a turn when how her entry into their life turned their life upside down. And she realizes that their life will be fully satisfied or contented when the loudspeakers start speaking again. So that triggered her, and her installation in the Cochin Biennale was all with these loudspeakers, and she made the loudspeakers speak again, talk to people again. This is the basic storyline. Rohini has played the wife's character in the film, and Reggie Panicker has done the man who is running the sound system. So Nitya is on the way. I think she is also joining us.
Script writer Mr. Venugopal ji is also with us. Can you add something, sir, about this story? Just what about Sarika ji have written the story?
One more chair.
Take a chair also.
I can stand and
No. You have chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a chair.
Come.
Yeah, come. Come this side.
Actually, when Rajiv sir first came to me, he just came with this beautiful idea, and he said, "This is the idea I have, and if you're going to do it, I'll make the film. Otherwise, I'm not going to make the film." So For me, it was absolutely, there was no question about it, because I know Rajiv sir from a previous film that I've done, Talsa Memar Penguti, and his craft is just something that I admire. I admire him as a director, as a person, everything. So for me, working on this film, working with Rajiv sir, and this kind of a setup is really nourishing. It's one of my favorite experiences I've had working on a film. It's very important that we work on a film simply because we want to make a good film. In this day and age where there's so much commercial elements in filmmaking, which true artists always feel a bit claustrophobic around. I found like a breath of fresh air shooting for Colombi. So for me as an artist, it was just such a nourishing, such a freeing, happy experience.
Being a person from All India Radio, I'm Shakuntala. We know the importance of archives. While digitizing the material, it is some songs are vanished. So really a beautiful subject, sir. I don't know from where and how you brought this idea. And I really feel that one time will come, we will go back and we will do the same process again. So I just want to know how this idea came to you to do the film on a very simple loudspeaker, which is very impressive story.
I believe that I am from the stage, and I started out my career on stage as an actor, as a musician. So I was roaming around Kerala state for Temple festivals, and I started when the loudspeakers were so live, the amplifiers were live, and I had two troupes where I am acting, some funny theater I have, and we have a music troupe also. So we are traveling with these sound guys always, and in a year possibly I may travel at least 70 to 80 days on tour on a van with all my friends, doing performance in different parts of Kerala. So I realized from that sound guy, his name is called Annachi, it's a pet name for him. So I always realized that whenever a political leader he admires, for example, I remember still that Yesudas, a playback singer, is coming to sing in the capital city of Kerala, Trivandrum, that is in late 70s. He told me once that next week, Yesudas sir is coming for singing. So I have to buy a new speaker, a new mic, Shure mic, and then I have to buy at least 200 new loudspeakers. So he was so fascinated, he was so passionate about putting that sound across in the right way to the public. So that I was amazed about how he takes this profession. It is his profession, he is making money out of it, but he's spending the money to make sure that every sound, every voice is very powerful. It has to be catered to the audience in the best way possible. So I was always after him throughout my entire career. And unfortunately in 2005, when everything got banned, the loudspeakers were banned, he never had the vision of, he cannot immediately shift into the modernity. And he stick to all his LP records, spools and amplifiers, and suddenly he was in limelight before, and suddenly this particular sound guy was no more in the society. So I went and met them several times, and each time he loves to play me some songs. So that was where I believe that the entire story started off from that, and I strongly believe that he has a mission in his life, storing the history of Kerala from at least 1960s, and he has a large collection of Indian music. So that way, I think this film is dedicated to him basically, and I have just taken that plot and that space and time, and have tried to tell a very contemporary story where how human relationships exist nowadays and how it should be seen and nurtured in the coming years.
Even as a non-music person, It was really, anybody can just watch that movie and all nostalgic
Yeah.
songs. Amazing. Really, it is enjoyable film. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful acting.
Thank you.
So how do you take, when you made this movie, which is your target audience you had in mind, and how do you plan to take your movies globally?
No, I'm not very sure about the target of audience. I always believe that people will watch good films. That is my experience in Kerala. And earlier my films have been accepted by the audience in Kerala. Even if I try something, I normally try something which I like basically. And I make the films with the entire crew and actors who enjoy working with me. So basically, our first priority is doing a film and enjoy the making of the film. And secondly, only where the target comes. And I definitely understand your question that where am I supposed to target this Kodambi to a mass audience in Kerala? I think in Kerala, the scenario has changed quite a bit for the last 2-3 years. People are very open for new thought process, new films, new ideas. So definitely Kodambi, we are planning to release it by Christmas this year. And I'm very sure that the young generation who have developed a different kind of aesthetic sensibility to watch films, because they are open to most of the classics. And earlier it was very difficult to understand the universal language of filmmaking, the language of films. But now every youngster are open to different kind of genre of films, and I believe this goes with their understanding of good cinema. So I'm definitely targeting a major audience in Kerala.